Hello and welcome to Select 10. In this video, we'll review some of the top 10 most recent Netflix additions, including new Netflix films and TV shows that have just been released in the past 2 months. These are some of the most popular films and television shows on Netflix right now that you should absolutely check out. Now let's start the video. Number 10. Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. It is a post-apocalyptic zombie thriller film based on the same-named manga. In comparison to this movie, there is also an animated series that is significantly superior and exceptionally amazing. The film is really weird at points, but it's also violent and quite enjoyable if you don't compare it to the animated series show or book, plus it's different from other zombie films. The story revolves around Akira Tendu, who feels lost in life after years of working hard for a heartless corporation that does not care about him. But his miserable existence changes when an outbreak of zombies destroys his community, providing the motivation he needs to find happiness for himself. In the aftermath, Akira sets out on an adventure to cross off everything on his to-do list, but he soon discovers that it will not be as simple as he had anticipated. The film's theme is quite intriguing, and its excellent visual effects properly complement it. However, the biggest negative that interferes with the story is its length, which at points may leave you feeling uninterested and bored. Number 9. The Tailor. It is a mystery thriller drama directed by Sem Karsi. The series is based on an actual situation and follows an acclaimed tailor named Payami, who prepares to make a bridal gown for his closest friend Dimitri's fiancée, Esvit, but 3 of them are unaware they each have a secret that could ruin their lives. The primary focus of the first season is on each of their mysteries and how they affect their family and relationships. After the season 1 cliffhanger, Payami faces fresh difficulties as his relationship with Dimitri is put to the ultimate test in the second season, while Esvit spends more time at home. A new woman comes into the Payami family. The plot cleverly combines historical drama, romance, and emotional elements into seductive and irresistible entertainment. Despite a few good twists, it won't be an enjoyable watch for everyone, as it struggles to achieve an appropriate mix between drama and emotion. However, those who enjoy sad love stories and family dramas might want to give this one a chance. Number 8. Hidden Strike. It is an action comedy thriller film directed by Scott Waugh. The plot revolves around a circumstance in which a gang of rebels compromises a huge oil refinery, while a secret protection squad led by Captain Luo offers to transport over 500 people to a secure location. But in order to make it there, they have to take the bus down one of the Earth's most treacherous highways while fighting off a legion of militants. On the other side, a US soldier named Chris intends to provide water supplies to the town where he currently resides. With opposing objectives, Luo and Chris uncover who is responsible for the oil plant strike and work together to safeguard people from rebels and relocate them to a safe zone, irrespective of the risk. This film does not live up to the caliber of Jackie Chan or John Cena, or is it the best of its kind. The only 2 things the movie has going for it are its 2 main actors. Everything else is just a standard plot, action, comedy, and average CGI. However, it is only decent entertainment if you walk into it expecting nothing more than silly and mindless enjoyment. Number 7. Captain Fall. It is an animated crime comedy series created by John Ivar Helgaker, Jonas Torgerson, and Joel Trussell. The plot centers on Jonathan Fall, an honest ship captain who unintentionally finds himself in charge of a cargo boat for a dangerous multinational cartel that seeks to use him as a scapegoat in the event that the law ever locates them. Additionally, this isn't merely another adult comedy animated show filled with absurd jokes. In fact, the quirkiness and humor in this one aren't accidental. They move the plot and purpose of the show, rather than the other way around. It's ultimately a satire on today's culture and uses comedy as a type of barrier to talk about social challenges. So do consider watching it if you like series like Rick and Morty. Number 6. Kingdom. It is an action-adventure film directed by Shinsuke Sato. The narrative takes place in medieval China conflicting kingdoms time and depicts the story of Li Xin, a commander of the Qin nation, starting from his orphaned upbringing to his military achievements. He was a war orphan who dreamed to become the best general and trained hard, but a chance meeting with a man, the real ruler of Qin, led him on a thrilling journey where they together tried to take back the Man Crown and fight massive military forces, lethal criminals, and a perilous terrain tribe to bring together each of the 7 countries at war under one crown. The movie also has a sequel, Kingdom 2, Far and Away, which advances the plot overall while exploring more of Li Xin's story. Overall, Kingdom is a really good epic action adventure with a stunningly set environment. The logical development of Sheen's mission, which later incorporates a vengeance story, provides sufficient emotions and suspense to satisfy its audience. But considering the backdrop of the movie, the battle scenes, and the aesthetics, it could have been much better. However, this film will undoubtedly appeal to anyone looking for a decent historical action movie. Number 5. Manifest. It is a supernatural mystery series created by Jeff Rake. Season 4 Part 2 of the show, which aired on June 2, 2023, was the fourth and final season of the series. The events of Season 4 begin shortly after the cliffhanger of the Season 3 finale, where Ben's constant pursuit of Eden has failed, while Michaela is now putting every effort within her power to prevent the approaching death day of everyone in her family. For those who are unfamiliar with the show, here is a short overview of the primary plot. The story revolves around aircraft 828, which survives to land after briefly experiencing significant instability. However, the mystery begins when the crew and passengers discover that more than 5 years have gone by since they were in flight, throughout the period when they were thought to be deceased. As they attempt to reintegrate into the community and come to terms with the fact that their own lives and those of those they care about have changed, the passengers mysteriously start to hear whispering voices and see glimpses of events in the future. In my opinion, Season 4 is not as amazing as the first 3, particularly Season 4 Part 2, which often feels dull, but the creators have tied up every unresolved question that fans saw in earlier seasons. The story may not have ended in the ideal way overall, but it does it in a typical sci-fi way. It's a great pick for binge watching. Number 4. River Wild. It is a survival thriller movie directed by Ben Ketai. The narrative follows two siblings, Joey and Gray, who are close but mistrust one another as they go off on a rafting adventure with a close buddy from childhood and a small group of people. However, as they become stuck in violent waves, things swiftly worsen, turning their exciting trip into something totally horrific, as they are all entangled in an intense struggle for their own survival, while someone is determined to ruin everything in order to keep the alarming truth hidden. Before they are broken away by falsehoods on the boat or by the lethal waves creating mayhem on all sides, Joey faces her anxieties, and all of them must grow their deadly reflexes in order to survive the uncontrolled water. Despite not being as good as the original, the film succeeds in keeping audiences on the edge of their seats with a strong narrative and a number of really suspenseful situations. Also, the outstanding performances of the actors make the film a must-see for fans of thrillers and survival stories. Number 3. Heartstopper. It is a romantic comedy series created by Alice Oseman. This is one of the most acclaimed Netflix shows of 2022, and it's back with an excellent second season that ups the stakes but falls a little short of the first. Let's recap the first season before we discuss the second. The first season tells the tale of two teenagers, Nick Nelson and Charlie, whose friendship rapidly grows into a deeper connection as they deal with school and their first encounters with feelings. In the first season, affection, companionship, and devotion are the main themes, and there are many little stories about Nick and Charlie's relationships that add up to something bigger. Season 2 continues to explore the difficulties of Charlie and Nick's new relationship while focusing on the way their connection is developing. The second season is primarily about Nick's worries, but it also follows Tara and Darcy as they deal with unexpected obstacles, and Tao and Elle as they determine whether they will ever become more than simply friends. Eventually, as they navigate the following phases of life, romance, and relationships, the group juggles upcoming examinations, an academic trip to Paris, a prom, and other commitments. Overall, the second season is more interesting, challenging, and wonderfully romantic. Number 2. The Uncanny Counter. It is a supernatural action drama directed by Yu Seon-dong and Park Bong-seop. One of the most underappreciated supernatural shows ever, and there's good news for fans. Season 2 has begun to air, and the first 2 episodes are now available on Netflix, while the rest of the episodes will air weekly. The counters in this story are regular individuals who, following potentially fatal incidents, receive the option of choosing to remain on Earth and use supernatural abilities to confront demons or to pass on into the afterlife. The second season follows the same idea as the first, but with a larger cast, more appeal, and more humor, as supernatural beings from the dead visit Earth in search of eternal life. In the first episode, the counters battle an evil spirit that has taken control of a school bus driver, while in the second, the gang finds a new member, while 2 unexpected demons with extraordinary abilities start causing mayhem. Here is a short overview of the first season's plot for new viewers. The first season follows a student who joins the Counters, a group of people who work in noodle shops during the day and fight out evil spirits using unique skills. Season 2 begins with excellent action, a strong side narrative that delves into the members' personal struggles, incredible fantasy monsters, and drama that thrilled fans over 3 years ago, and promises more of this in upcoming episodes. The Uncanny Counter is an all-around entertaining, action-packed series with strong writing, lovable characters, and some eye-catching scenery. Number 1. They Clone Tyrone. It is a 2023 sci-fi comedy mystery film directed by Jewel Taylor. The plot centers on Fontaine, Slick Charles, and Yo-Yo, an unusual trio who look into several instances of strange occurrences that lead them to discover a sinister plan that is taking place under their neighborhood. Meanwhile, Fontaine, a local cocaine dealer, is fatally wounded by his competitor but awakens unhurt the following day in his own room. Soon after, they are horrified to learn that an unidentified business is orchestrating the cloning of certain residents of the town, and they start a quest that finally takes them to a massive underground structure where a mysterious facility is conducting tests on the residents of the area. In general, it is an energetic film that engages audiences with flair and substance. Nearly every part of the output, from scene layout to attire, flawlessly complements the plot and includes outstanding performances. While the film is not particularly different, it has the potential to be a future fan favorite. The story combines elements of science fiction, ridiculous humor, and has a unique but creative take on the cloning theme. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.